Welcome to the Unlimited Mindset, how to have more success, time, freedom, and peace of mind with your host, Camilla Calberg. Are you ready for an easier way to create a great life? Learn to shift what no longer serves you. On the Unlimited Mindset, you develop understanding, awareness, and knowledge of being consciously aware. Camilla knows firsthand what results you can achieve when you commit yourself. She is the trusted advisor to successful leaders in the pharmaceutical industry with a desire to share what she knows with you. You are your own leader. Everything starts and ends with you. If you're ready to commit consistently and grow your mind, join in. The Unlimited Mindset starts now.
Welcome to another episode of the Unlimited Mindset. If we haven't met before, if this is the first time you're tuning in, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Camilla Calberg. I'm the trusted advisor to leaders in life science, and I'm so glad that we're here today. Today, this is a special story, and I invite you to listen with open ears, or new ears. We are diving in on a story. It's all about storytelling, but in a different way. Are you ready? I am. We're diving in on the art of our narratives, on our childhood, our upbringing, and what happens if we are unaware of the narratives that we heard as children, and the cost it can have on our health, life, relationships, finances, and our career. And I want you to talk about, I want to talk about a woman. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah is a remarkable woman and a sec in life science. Tremendous career. She reached out to me because she felt stuck. She didn't know why. She just knew that something needed to change in Sarah's life. Obviously, to make a long story, it's not even a story, right? But a long experience short. And I want to go to the pain. Starting coaching or having these coaching experiences with Sarah, I asked her a question that got her to think and pause. I asked her, why do you think you're not good enough? Because that was the feeling she'd been vibrating on when alone. In our coaching environment, that was the space where she could vent. She had this remarkable position, profile, top-level leader, but still she didn't trust herself. And I was curious, why don't you trust yourself? And she told me that her dad had, from a very early age, said, "You're not good enough. Do it better. Do it better." It was a toxic family environment, and early in Sarah's life, they separated. And the mom and the dad, the parents, got new lives, and Sarah was zigzagging from one family environment to the other, but she never felt loved. And it got so toxic that at the age of 16, Sarah decided to break free. And from then on, she was her own queen in her life. And to me, that's really powerful. Not that maybe I'm in envy that she moved out, but she had the power and the gut to do it. And from 16 onwards, she's been on her own legs. She's created amazing careers, and still she was there in her best years ever. And she didn't trust herself. She didn't think she was good enough. We peeled the onion. And the inner voices of not being good enough. Still, when Sarah would call her dad, he would still say, but so what's more? She would never feel that she could satisfy him, meet his needs. And adding to that complexity, Sarah's mom had been addicted to alcohol from an early age as well. So Sarah within was really broken. So who were her cheerleaders? Sarah had no cheerleaders in life. And obviously Sarah is not Sarah's original name. That goes without saying. But I share this story because it's not just Sarah's story that I have in my clinic. I have other clients with similar experiences. So my question to you is, how do you think your past experiences have shaped who you are today? How may your past experiences shape who you are today? Whether we come from an unconditional loving family environment or conditional loving family environment, we are all shaped by our environment. I'm too, and yours as well. But what is really important here, we want to unleash our full potential, step into a bigger role, and live an uncompromising life. It's about understanding who we are and who we want to become. And also, why are we showing up as we show up today? And also another question I want to ask you before we continue the story and diving into better way of telling our own story and reshaping that. What messages still impact how you perceive yourself today? As for example, Sarah, she will still hear her dad's inner voice saying, you're not good enough. Why only that? Still, as an adult. The good thing is, Sarah trusted me. That gave us the opportunity, the space, which is really important, to dive in and start understanding how it hurt her, but also start healing. A client said to me this week, it's about accepting. But what I know to be true, it's not about accepting, because if we accept a feeling, a condition, it still runs us. It still controls us. So now the opportunity is to heal, to send with love what was, but also to say, let go. Because that experience that's still in your body no longer serves where you want to go next. So that's why we come to transforming your narrative. And Sarah started to transform her narrative. And she started peeling layers of her childhood she has never before revealed to any friend. And I don't even want to share on our call today, but you can imagine the pain that Sarah had experienced as a child. And also at a very early age, her brothers, her siblings, how she was protecting them. So she was not only a child, but she was also a child with some big responsibilities. We know cheerleaders. So she paved her way to success because remember, Sarah was really and is still very successful, but she didn't trust herself. You may know the imposter syndrome. We're not enough. We don't love ourselves enough. But here's the amazing opportunity to love ourselves even more so that we can step in and really unleash our true potential. And I want to step away from Sarah's story and pull in another story to role model this about rewriting or transforming your narrative. My own narrative. I've been in a toxic relationship that didn't serve me, a toxic relationship, but let's reframe that to a relationship that didn't serve me. And years after the breakup, I hadn't healed properly. So past experiences still would run my life. Luckily, for me and now for my clients, I invested in coaches, but I didn't invest in them. I invested in myself. And I've realized that now it's time to change. It's now the time to change my life. It's now time to change my narrative. But more importantly, it's now time to really enjoy life. Who's running my life? Is it my mind, my stories, or my heart? And I had no other option but to tap into my heart and to tap into my dreams of the life I deserved and the life that I desired to live. And I worked and worked and worked on transforming my narratives. And I'm sharing this with you because I know for sure that it's possible. And it doesn't have to take years. I know some people have been in this vacuum of healing with other therapists for years, but it doesn't have to take years. It can take a few months when you're really dedicated to rewiring your mind so that it's not your thoughts that control, but it's actually you as conscious you who control what you will experience and want to experience in life. And as we continue with Sarah's story, then Sarah would always look for external validation, right? She would always think and ask for, is this good enough? Rather than trusting herself. Also, what is good enough? When do you hit the 100% mark? Never. So it's about finding the balance of really just deliver and complete where you're satisfied, rather than actually going for the 100% mark that you will never hit, or you may hit it, but the last 20%, it's not really that what moves the needle, right? It's not really what makes the difference. Obviously, unless you are a marathon runner, that's about 100% because you want to beat your competitors. But in corporate world, it's about finding the 80-20 and really just trust that what you do well and you are enough. So you don't have to, and you shouldn't look for external validation. If you know what to focus on, if you know what really matters, then that's all there is. Then that's all that counts. But the thing is, if we're stuck and we carry on burdens of negative words and experiences and high expectations from our outer environment, how will we ever feel good enough? It's really difficult, isn't it? So my question to you is, as you hear this story and my story as well, have you ever found it difficult for you to embrace your full capacity? What if you said no? How true is that? That you have ever felt? Oh, let me rephrase that. How true is it that you ever felt in balance and never been led by your inner voices not being good enough? I think many people, but I know many people struggle with the imposter syndrome of never being good enough and looking for external validation. In a high-paced community society, also in life science, when you go on Facebook and any other social media, we look for external validation. The more likes, the better it is. But who says that? Why would we ask the external world to judge what we do? Why would we go to the external world and say, do I do this and do this? Right? We completely decouple from our heart. The thing is, your heart knows what is right or wrong, what is good for you. You say right and wrong, it's you to judge. What is the best solution for you? But we decouple and we let our mind, our inner thoughts, inner critique, inner voice, control how we show up. And that can, for many people, lead to burnout, stress, lower level or lower performance, lower profit, toxic environment or culture. The cost is so high, and we miss out on a lot of opportunities when we are not aware of how we show up as leaders. And I can feel I'm in my thoughts. I hope it all makes sense. So what we did with Sarah, tuning back to the story, and then also in what I just shared, not looking for external validation, I helped Sarah understand who she is. What is your identity? And who do you want to become? That shifted the needle. Who are you? Many people struggle to really tell the true narratives of who they are. If you are going to ask me right now, or not ask me, but answer the question, who are you? What would you tell me? Would you say, I am a marketing manager, CMO, supply chain VP? Or are you a person that's driven to make a change in this world, setting other supply chain experts and responsible people up for success? Is that who you truly are? I think so. Maybe not in this supply chain arena, but in your specific arena, if it's not supply chain. But what I know to be true is that also Sarah and other clients, and I say this is a universal challenge, that we don't know who we are. We let other people dictate who we are. We let other people give us a persona so that we can fill out that persona. But it's not the same. But that is who you really want to be and who you are. So we worked on this, Sarah and I, and it's shifted. It's shifted her leadership potential. It shifted how she showed up at work. how she engaged in conversations, how she set other people up for success, because she found out that the person she was is not really who she wants to become. Isn't that amazing? I think so. I've been on the same journey as well. And I just recently turned a page in my life book, and I get to find out again who I want to become. And that's what happens when you're so conscious aware of who you are, and when there's a shift in your life, I would say in your favor, but it can always be in your favor. Either it's for you or against you. But let's always take the opportunities as a learning opportunities from the universe. Who do you want to become? And so Sarah did that. And when she reached out, remember, she was stuck. She was stuck. She didn't know what she wanted, where I want to go next. And suddenly she discovered that she was this amazing woman with this unleashed potential, but also she was ready no longer to play small. She also knew she wanted to play a bigger game. Even though we are on the VP level, there may be a different organization we want to serve, an organization that is more in alignment with our values and our non-negotiables. That's what changed everything for Sarah. She started to love herself more. She started to have a distance to her past and her childhood. Not that she would forget it, but she would see it as what it was. She would see it as what it was. Her parents protecting her the way and the capacity they had. Now she's ready to let go of all the pain that had controlled her for so many years, and really start designing her life, or creating a life by design. And that led to release and relax and embracing new opportunities. Because when you focus on something, you probably know this, where focus goes, energy flows. And even though her childhood situation and experiences wasn't present, it was still nagging her, that inner voice of her dad, seeing her mom still suffering. That would still show up in real life and remind her of what she's seen as a young girl. But shifting the perspective, the relationship with these situations, she also released the burden. And she didn't focus so much more on these sad memories, or these memories, we don't want to classify them, these experiences. And she would, whenever an experience showed up, or reminder of her past, she would acknowledge and move forward. Because she had decided to let go of pain, heal that pain. And that meant that when she released that burden, she could call in new opportunities. Suddenly she would have more energy and see new opportunities. And I have this question for you. What about you? What are you ready to let go of that no longer serves you? What are you ready to let go of? And imagine if you were to rewrite your why and your identity. Who would you like to become? And what would that story include? That's powerful, isn't it? It's very powerful. And also, if you didn't seek external validation, but you trusted your heart so much, how would you wake up? I really mean it. How would you wake up? With a smile on your face. And wow, a new day. You wouldn't look at your phone for Facebook and see how many likes you had. You wouldn't compare yourself to others. And you would go to bed feeling grateful for today and a smile on your face and say thank you. And I know it's easier said than done. I think we all don't do that, compare ourselves to others. But it doesn't have to be that way. So if you start comparing yourself to others, do you really want to trade in your entire life with this person? And the answer is probably no, you wouldn't. So there's so much we can still learn, we can still grow. And as we grow as people, as human beings, that also is like pebbles, and it will affect and impact how you show up as a leader, as your parent. It's really an interesting and transformation that happens. So as we're coming to the end and wrapping up this episode of Leadership, the Unlimited Mindset, let me remind you that we can change our narratives. You can change your story. And it doesn't have to take years for you to heal whatever you want to heal, wherever you need to heal. It's not a need per se, but it's more a want, right? But if you choose to do that, the healing, investing in yourself, you will invite in so much more energy. You will invite in so much opportunities and unleash your full potential. Isn't that amazing? I know it's true because I've done it several times. It's not maybe it takes overnight, but you see the benefits of investing in yourself and healing, letting go. Absolutely have an uncompromising life. You can absolutely have it all. So if this speaks to you, I have 2 opportunities. Tomorrow, September 5th, we're kicking off an inner circle for female leaders in life science. Remember to join us. Camilla at calbergcoaching.com. Reach out to me also. Camilla at calbergcoaching.com. And also, if you're a female leader who's ready to level up, I am looking for a few female leaders who can join the tribe, really want to level up, let go, and say, okay, now I'm ready to call in more freedom. If this is you, reach out to me. I'm here to serve. Let's hop on a call and explore if any of these opportunities can help you. But I know for sure, if you're in life science and you're a top level leader, female, a woman, join our community, the Inner Circle for Female Leaders in Life Science. So with this, thank you so much for being a member of my community here on this network and on other networks. I appreciate you, and I'm sure we will connect again. And remember, the power to transcend is within you. Goodbye, and see you next time.
You have been listening to The Unlimited Mindset, how to have more success, time, freedom, and peace of mind. Tune in every first and third Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com with your host, Camilla Calberg, as she helps you create a great life in an easier way. Learn the why, what, and how of conscious awareness and shift what no longer serves you. Camilla knows firsthand what results you can achieve when you commit yourself. Create your future today. For more information, visit calbergcoaching.com.